Humans have always been explorers. We have climbed the tallest mountains. We have sailed across the biggest oceans. Now we look up at the night sky and see a new place to explore. That place is Mars. It is a red, dusty planet far away from Earth. For a long time, we have dreamed of sending people there, not just to visit, but to live. The idea of building a new home on another world is very exciting. It is a big challenge, but it is one that many scientists and engineers are working on today. They believe we can do it. Imagine waking up on a planet where the sky is not blue, but a soft pink or orange. Imagine looking out your window and seeing red rocks and giant canyons instead of green trees and blue oceans. This is what life on Mars could be like. It is a completely different world from our own. Going to Mars would be the biggest adventure in human history. It would be a huge step for everyone on Earth. This journey would test our courage and our intelligence. It would push us to invent new things and solve hard problems we have never faced before. Why would we want to go so far away? Earth is a wonderful home, but having a second home gives humanity a backup plan. If something bad ever happened on Earth, like a very large asteroid hitting our planet, having people on Mars would mean that humans could survive. It is like having a spare key for your house. You hope you never need it, but it is very important to have one just in case. Living on two planets would make our future much safer. It would ensure that the story of humanity continues, no matter what happens here. The journey to Mars is long and difficult. It takes many months to travel through space to get there. But the dream is not just about the journey. It is about what we will do when we arrive. It is about starting a new chapter for all people. Building a community on Mars would change how we see ourselves and our place in the universe. It would prove that we can overcome incredible challenges when we work together. The dream of Mars is a dream about our future. It is a dream of hope, discovery, and new beginnings for all of us. To live on Mars, we need the same basic things we need on Earth. The most important thing is air. We need oxygen to breathe. Mars has a very thin atmosphere, and it is mostly carbon dioxide. Humans cannot breathe this air, so we will need to bring our own air with us or make it on Mars. We will need special machines that can take the carbon dioxide from the Martian air and turn it into breathable oxygen. This technology is very important. Without a steady supply of good air, we would not be able to survive for even a few minutes. Next, we need water. All living things need water to drink and to grow food. Mars looks very dry, but we know there is water there. Most of it is frozen, like ice. We can find this ice under the ground and at the planet's poles. Astronauts will need to use special drills and heaters to get this ice. Then they will melt it to get liquid water. This water will be used for drinking, washing, and watering plants. Finding and using the water on Mars is a key part of our plan. It is too heavy to bring all the water we need from Earth. We also need food to eat. We cannot bring enough food from Earth to last forever. So we will have to learn how to grow our own food on Mars. This will be done inside special buildings called greenhouses. We can use Martian soil, but we will need to add nutrients to it to help plants grow. Scientists are already testing which plants, like potatoes, lettuce, and wheat, might grow well in these conditions. Growing food on another planet will be a big challenge. It will take a lot of work and careful planning to have fresh food so far from home. Finally, we need shelter. Mars is a very harsh place. It is extremely cold, with temperatures that can drop far below freezing. There is also a lot of dangerous radiation from the sun, because Mars does not have a strong magnetic field like Earth does. To stay safe, people will need to live in special buildings called habitats. These habitats will protect them from the cold and the radiation. They will be built to be very strong and airtight. Early habitats might be built underground to use the Martian rock as extra protection. Living on Mars means we cannot just walk outside like we do on Earth. Whenever an astronaut leaves the habitat, they must wear a special spacesuit. A spacesuit is like a personal spaceship. It provides the astronaut with everything they need to stay alive in a dangerous environment. It gives them oxygen to breathe and keeps their body at the right temperature. It also protects them from the sun's harmful radiation. These suits must be very strong but also flexible enough to let astronauts work, pick up rocks, and drive vehicles. The homes people will live in are called habitats. These will be our first houses on Mars. At first, they might be small buildings that we bring from Earth. But to build a real settlement, we will need to use materials found on Mars. We could use 3D printers to build habitats from the Martian soil, which is called regolith. These printers would work like robots, building up walls layer by layer. We could also build our habitats underground in caves or lava tubes. This would provide great protection from radiation and the cold Martian nights. Getting water on Mars will be a daily job for the first settlers. They will use rovers and drills to find underground ice deposits. Once they find a good spot, they will use heaters to melt the ice into water. This water will then be pumped to the habitat. It must be cleaned and filtered to make sure it is safe to drink. Some of the water will also be used to create more oxygen. A machine called an electrolyzer can split water into hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen can be used for breathing, and the hydrogen can be used as rocket fuel. To get food, Martians will become farmers. They will have special indoor farms or greenhouses. These greenhouses will be carefully controlled environments. They will have artificial lights that act like sunlight. The temperature and amount of water will be perfect for growing plants. Astronauts will grow many different kinds of vegetables and fruits. This will give them fresh food and important vitamins. Farming on Mars will be a science. Every drop of water and every bit of soil will be precious. It will be a new kind of agriculture for a new world. No single person can build a home on Mars alone. It will take a team of people with many different skills. We will need scientists to study the planet and engineers to build and fix machines. We will need doctors to keep everyone healthy and farmers to grow food. Everyone will have an important job to do. They will have to work together closely every single day. Teamwork will be the most important tool for survival. When you are millions of miles from Earth, you have to be able to trust and rely on the people around you. They are your family on Mars. Cooperation is not just for the people on Mars. It is also for all the countries on Earth. Sending humans to Mars is a very big and expensive project. It is too big for just one country to do by itself. By working together, nations can share the costs and the knowledge. They can combine their best ideas and technologies to make the mission safer and more successful. An international mission to Mars would be a powerful symbol of unity. It would show that we can achieve amazing things when we put aside our differences and work towards a common goal. Why is going to Mars so important? It is about securing the future of humanity. All life on Earth could be wiped out by a single event like a giant asteroid. If we have a settlement on another planet, it means that humans will survive no matter what. It is a form of planetary insurance. Exploring Mars also drives us to invent new technologies. The solutions we create for living on Mars, like recycling water or creating clean energy, can also be used to help solve problems here on Earth. It helps us become better caretakers of our own planet. The dream of Mars is a dream for all of us. It pushes us to be braver, smarter, and more creative. It reminds us of our shared identity as human beings on a small blue planet in a vast universe. The journey to the red planet will be long and full of challenges. But it is a journey worth taking. By reaching for Mars, we are reaching for a brighter and more hopeful future. We are taking the next great leap for humankind. It is a step that will define our species for generations to come, proving that our curiosity has no limits.